Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the 1st since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Bullock's kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out, Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Taylor. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
On play action, Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11. On play action, it's Wentz. He completes it to Nelson. Touchdown, Colts. J.J. Nelson, his second touchdown on the season, and the Colts have taken the lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Tannehill now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
after one. 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Taylor. And he's got some space here. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. On first down, Wentz. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's brought down. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing now is Wentz. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it. And the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover like that. I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Blankenship out for the point after. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. Man open. Here is Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Play action. It's Tannehill. And caught by Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And Bullock will put this one through. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now this throw caught left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Cameron backs him now from his end zone.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have an defenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 10.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Flush to his right.
A check down here for Henry.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
They fake the give. Now Wentz on the move to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Boston. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think he got a little bit too much.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points of the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To throw again on second down. Wentz throwing the out route incomplete. It's Doyle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wentz gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 21. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On first down, Hines. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Wentz. Runs over it. Left side, Doyle with it. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Hines again. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Naeem Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Derrick Henry trucks over him. And down to the 36-yard line here.
Oh, look at this. Down on the field still. That's Derrick Henry, the running back.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Second down and 3.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Hard throw, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Titans, gain of 12. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On first down, it's Tannehill. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Titans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that would be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now a play fake. Wentz. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. On second down now, it's Hines. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson.
Touchdown, Colts!
Kylan Granson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Flushed out right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a gain of 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet. and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Again, Tannehill. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Tannehill.
That's taken in by Ferkser.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll give Henry another shot. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw.
And that's caught by the tight end, Branson.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. So this one winds up in Indianapolis.
Yeah.